Alrighty, back with you again for some more sewing. Gonna change gears here, and I'm gonna use my old trusty here. So let's go ahead and thread this bad boy up. Now this stitch here, there we go. Is a cross stitch of sorts, and it'll form kind of an X shape along the edge of your material. For me and my purposes, and I think it's more of decorative. You can put it on a knife sheath or the outside edge of your knife sheath, or if you do a little ditty bag, you can sew it up that way, and do a cross stitch along the edge where and just for a little extra flair. For me, that's all it is just a decorative thing, but I thought I'd go ahead and show y'all how to do it, and then you can decide if you want to do it yourself. Alright, so while I've been jawboning here, I went ahead and threaded my needle and put it high. Went ahead and got, thread on both sides, and like we started with the other, and about 1/8 of an inch from the edge. That's where you want this one, about 1/8 or 1/16, depending on your material and whatnot, and you could do more, I reckon. So now what we're going to do here, we're going to come up along the side. We're not going to come up through the material. So we're going to kind of, let me see, yeah, you're going to come up along the side like this, right? And then you see right here on this side, that's the side that would normally make our loop. So we pull down, see, that's our loop side. We're going to, let me get up here closer. There we go. We're going to take our top thread still. This is our top thread. If I can, there we go. Going through the viewfinder here. Top thread through and around the needle like such. Whoops, slipped off on me. There we go. Top thread through, around the needle. Draw it down. Bring out some of the slack. I tell you folks, when we do this sewing with this awl, it really helps us if we, maintain some good tension here. I'm working with a little short piece on this demo, but this tension really helps you out. So now we got that loop drawn down, and as we pull the needle through, there you see how it kind of makes that X. Now, I don't know if you can tell, but they're looped around each other. So, and that's what I mean by when I say it's not a true cross stitch, whereas you would go through one time at a diagonal, then come back through on top of it at another diagonal. These two are looped around. So for that reason, what we're going to do, remember the little locking trick I showed you in the previous video? Well, we're going to do that with this one. That way we make a stronger stitch here. Because with these guys just being looped around one, if you blow out one of these stitches, you're actually losing 2 stitches, and then your material can come apart. So come around it like we did before. Bring down, there's your loop. Make sure that's the right loop. Yep, that's our right loop. Come on up through here and la-da-da-da, everybody. Draw it in tight between the material, and right there's your first cross stitch. It's a little off center on account of trying to do this through the viewfinder so y'all can get a good look at it. Now what we want to do next is, that's our first stitch. All that for the first stitch. Hands are getting a little tired here. Come up along the side, remember, now right there is our loop side. Yep. So we're gonna get you in a little room here so you can see me. Right there, through that loop, around the needle. Make sure it don't come over the top on you. Around the needle, and as you draw it back through, you see how it loops. That's what I'm talking about earlier with that loop. Now you got to make sure you pull it over and get it along the center of your seam here. so you ain't all cockeyed with your cross stitching. And then you want to come up. Now, like I say, this here is for me, it's purely decorative, and if I had my way about it, if I was wanting to do a cross stitch, I'd just use a regular old needle to do it. I think it'd be about the same, maybe a little easier, I think. And but this is just another way to use the awl, so I thought I'd pass it along to you. Here, let me discombobulate myself here around. Good lordy. Tell you folks, you can only do so much sewing at a time. There we go. But I'll let you folks decide for yourself on this one. This ain't my favorite or preferred stitch. Right, there we go. That'll be all I'll do for you. I hope you got it on that one. I don't want to shortchange you, but there you go. You can see there's one X there. Then we have to do some adjusting here. See, on this one here, it's pretty critical that you do keep the thread taut. So there's a cross stitch for you. Like I say, it's decorative, and I was just passing it along to you. Alright, so now let's talk a little bit about thread. Can't sew without thread hardly. And now I don't use no special threads or nothing. But daggone, I think I done lost one here earlier. Alright, so we're going to talk a little bit about thread that I use. This right here is my go-to. This is 100% nylon upholstery thread. It's very strong, it's very thin. This is pretty much what I'll use for most of my manufacturing and repairing. Okay, it's real good stuff. I like it a lot. Then we got, what we got next? Oh, we got this stuff right here. This here's called artificial sinew. You can get this from like buckskinning places, reenactment places, leatherwork places as well. Oh, by the way, I get this here at the local Walmart, or any decent Walmart. Our Walmart don't have it. It ain't the greatest Walmart in the world. Oh well. This here is the nylon or artificial sinew. It don't really look like sinew, and it don't really act like sinew, sorta, in my opinion. But it's used a lot. It's very good with leatherworking. I've been using it here on my little demo because it's contrasting with the black pretty good. Now this here is pretty wide, and you can actually break it down into 5 strands. See right here, there's one strand. So you know you can use a nice thick piece or a real thin piece. I wouldn't try to go any thinner than 5 strands. I think that's what they use. Trying to get one of these other strands here to, and they're pretty. These, you know, once you break them down like this, they're pretty small like that. See that there's pretty small. That's the smallest I would go for it. Alright, then I got some fishing line here. We got 50-pound braided spider wire. This here's green, and I use that a lot. That's pretty handy. It's good stuff. Then I got the Spider Cast Ultra Invisibraid 20 pounds. That's white, so if you're sewing after Labor Day, use your white. And then I had me a roll of dental floss earlier, but I kind of knocked some stuff down, so ain't got that no more. Sorry about that, folks. So hope you enjoyed this a little bit on the sewing all, and hope you'll get out there and learn to sew and make your own stuff. And it's a lot of fun. And just so you know, the dental floss I use, it's unwaxed, ultra smooth kind of stuff. I like it. Use it for my teeth too, most days. And oh shoot, one more thing I forgot. Parachute cord here. I'm running out of time real quick on this one, folks. But yep, the inner strands of your parachute cord, you can use that right here. Daggone, that's good stuff. And 3, 2, 1, I'm about out. So thanks for joining me, folks. Have a good